Hey, this is Gage and Nick with Connect Lax. Lacrosse recruiting is effectively supply and demand, and the number of high school recruits across the country is growing much faster than the available number of college roster spots our college programs for these kids to go to. So in 2006, there were 40 high school recruits for every Division I men's roster spot.
Crazy.
Today, there's over 56 players, again, that's from 40 to 56 now, competing for that same spot. On the women's side, it's increased from 31 to 41 players competing for the Division I roster spot from 2006 to today. So
Wow.
again, if we'll put a graph up, but you're going to see growth of youth participation, and then more or less a flat line in the number of college programs.
It's crazy.
So what does this mean? Everything matters when it comes to getting the attention of college coaches, and this includes knowing what the best time to message them with your player profile and highlight video is.
So let's cut right to it. What are the best times to email college coaches?
So I'm smiling because I know the answer. So 12 to 2 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday were the best times. And again, this is followed by Thursday a little bit around the best time. And the key here is the lesson learned is that the workday, midweek is the best time to message college coaches. It's not on the weekends when they're at games or at recruiting tournaments. Right. You want to get them in the middle of the day.
So why do you think this is?
So I think it makes sense if you think about how they schedule their practices and when college classes are offered. So most D1 practices are either the morning from maybe 7 to 11 a.m. or the late afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m. So for example, at Fairfield, when were your practices?
Right, yeah, we had practices usually from like 6 to 11, depending on what the season was, or like 7 to 11 if we had conditioning before or something like that. But
so about the same window.
Yeah.
And for Division III or Division II, a lot of practices are kind of after the workday, so that would be 5 to 7 p.m. or 7 to 9 p.m. And for MCLA, practices can run as late as 10 p.m. to midnight.
Right, wow. So the best time to email is between 12 and 2?
Correct, on Tuesday and Wednesday. And the reason is because while athletes have priority scheduling college classes, most classes are offered in the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that during this time the players would be in class while the college coach would be handling their business and they wouldn't be in practice.
Cool. So how were you able to figure this out?
So we just put on our little data scientist hat, for lack of a better word, and we analyze thousands of messages that recruits have sent to college coaches in our system. We do track when a college coach opens an email, if they do, and obviously the time that they do. And so we just kind of put out a scatter plot of that information, then we look for the trend lines.
Cool. So what about when college coaches are clicking on profiles?
Yeah, so we also track then if the coach, after opening the email, clicks on that recruit's profile. And obviously the data more or less matched kind of when they were reading the email, so kind of midday during the middle of the week. We also saw a slight uptick on Monday for looking at player profiles, but again, it wasn't statistically significant. So Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 to 2 p.m., I think I've said it maybe 5 times, that is the best time to message college coaches. Yeah. And, timing isn't everything, but when it comes to, this highly competitive recruiting process, I think everything helps. So the more information you're armed with, the better.
Definitely.
So subscribe to our YouTube channel to figure out more recruiting tips and advice to separate yourself from the pack.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys. And girls.